Hello, my name is Alexa Lopez, and I'm a current sophomore at UIS with a minor in criminal justice and criminology and double minoring in psychology and biology.
My name's Areli. I am a senior at UIS, and I am double majoring in psychology and communications.
My name is Isabel. I'm a first year grad student. I am majoring in mental health counseling. And today we're going to talk about strategies for overcoming imposter syndrome. So what is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome happens when one is unable to internalize and accept their success. They accredit their accomplishment to luck rather than ability, and they fear of being exposed as frauds. It is an intellectual self-doubt, and imposter feelings are generally accompanied by anxiety and depression. It creates a belief that they were fooling others or faking it or getting by from having the right context or just being lucky. As myself, I am a victim of imposter syndrome. I am a first generation student and also a graduate student professional. And they're more likely to struggle with imposter syndrome. And also being a woman of color too, is that women and underrepresented groups are more likely to struggle with imposter syndrome. It is estimated 70% of people will experience imposter syndrome at least once in their lives. And it was fascinating to learn that women like Maya Angelou, Michelle Obama, AOC, and Sonia Sotomayor also experience imposter syndrome.
Now, apart from the victims listed above, if you understand any of these items listed below, you can also be a victim of imposter syndrome, such as understanding what it's like not to belong, what it's like to be stereotyped, what it's like to represent your entire group, and this is very common among minorities. If you grew up in a working class, if you were constantly underestimated, or you're high achieving or highly educated. Now, moving on to more factors that contribute to these fraudulent feelings, they include things such as racism, sexism, and classism, perfectionism, unwelcoming environment, affirmative action, which a lot of minority college students understand, as well as being in a competition/collaboration environment. Now, moving on to the negative impact that being a victim of imposter syndrome can create. It causes for less engagement, lower attendance, which can be either in classes or in your engagement with your community, dropping out intentions, lower course grades, which affects both performance and retention, lesser pay, lesser likelihood of promotion, less satisfaction in work, and less committed. Associated with shame, anxiety when things can go wrong, especially if you're a perfectionist and things don't go as planned, and can result in self-sabotaging behaviors, in perfectionism and procrastination, self-torturing cycle, and not appropriating or owning or celebrating your successes.
Some tips on overcoming imposter syndrome include talking about it instead of dwelling on it. You can talk to like your mentors, your friends, the people who are in your circle, and you might find that they might understand or feel the same way that you do. Creating a list of your achievements, developing a committee of champions. So this includes people who you know are in your corner, who are in your circle and understand like your goals, your dreams, and what you wish to accomplish, and those who support you. That would be your committee of champions. Recognizing your own strengths and not telling yourself I should be doing this, I should be doing that, rather accepting what you are doing and giving yourself credit for those things. And the last one, which is easier said than done, but to stop thinking like an imposter. And one way to do this would be creating that list of achievements that tells you that these are things that I have done and I'm not an imposter because of these things. Some at-home activities that you can do to help you combat these feelings include creating an inventory of truths. This is a list of facts about what you know to be true about yourself in a positive light, and these things must have evidence and be irrefutable. And these truths will refute the lies imposter syndrome tells you about who you are and what you do. And so this will help you to not think like an imposter so much. So I created a list for myself, and I'm using it as an example. So the first one is, I am the first in my family to attend a four-year institution, which is a fact and it is irrefutable. I am deserving of my 3.6 GPA. I do have a 3.6 GPA, which is a fact, and it's irrefutable. You get the grades that, your grades are deserved on the work that you put in, and the grades that I have received for the work that I've done, I am deserving of that. And then the last one, I put down that I am the president of Gamma Phi Omega's Chi chapter because my sisters believe in my leadership capabilities, and I have shown my leadership capabilities through and through in different forms, such as being an RA on campus, or being part of like different organizations, such as like being a mentor in the necessary status mentoring program, doing community service, or other things. So this is what an inventory of truth would look like for myself. And then another at-home activity that you can do that is very simple is creating a list of I am statements. An example of this is, I am strong, I am powerful, I am capable, I am enough, I am intelligent, I am worthy, I am creative, and I am kind. And what would help more is if you were to practice these in the mirror with a power pose. As you can see, the lady on my screen is holding one of the most common power poses, and doing this in the mirror could really boost your self-esteem and your self-confidence. And then a quote that I decided to put on here, which I think is, summarizes what this activity is and how powerful it is. It says, I am. Two of the most powerful words, for what you put after them shapes your reality. I encourage you all to try one of these at-home activities, and especially if you feel like you suffer from imposter syndrome and you want to combat that.
In the workshop, learning about Michelle Obama and AOC, who are like major women who are major bosses in the game, and it's like learning that they experience the same feelings and thoughts with imposter syndrome. I felt not alone with that.
One of the things that I learned is that perfectionism isn't impossible, and we should give ourselves grace and choose to give ourselves credit for the progress that we are making instead of trying to reach perfectionism, because when you try to reach perfectionism, you're always going to feel like you're not good enough, because perfectionism is impossible.
Another one of the things that we took away from the workshop includes knowing that you are not alone. You are not the only one who experiences these thoughts and feelings. And it is very important as women or as minority women to identify that they're not the only ones feeling this way, that we do have other women surrounding us that are very powerful, that can help us understand our own feelings and help us achieve what we want to achieve, as well as being in our corner and identifying that we are enough and we will be one of those women who are successful, such as Michelle Obama, and we are capable of achieving more than we have ever dreamed of if we do have those committee of champions that we talked about earlier.
We just want to say thank you for watching, and we also want to give a special thank you to UIS for funding this professional development opportunity for students at UIS. And we wanted to give a special shout out to the Hispanic and Latinx coordinator, Danielle Aguilar, who made this experience possible for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.